Well, I think it's rather funny. I remember when I used to go to commercial gyms and was lifting outside of the track season at the gyms in town where I went to school. When you run into people, they always like to talk about, hey, so what are you doing today? What do you plan on doing today? Well, I used to be able to have an answer. Well, maybe I'm going to do some clean and jerk today, or, oh, I'm doing upper body, I'm going to do chest and tricep. But now that I'm doing this squat challenge, it's sort of when I go into the garage, it's more of well, let's warm up a bit, see how my body feels. And if my body feels good, maybe I'll try and go crazy. And if my body doesn't feel good, I probably won't go crazy. Now, today is day 13. I just worked my second 12-hour shift in a row. And yes, I am wearing the same clothes from a few days ago. Don't judge. There are these magical things called washers and dryers and laundry detergent. No judgment here. Judgment-free zone. But yeah, coming into today, I was pretty beat. My right groin was kind of giving me some trouble. I don't know what it was, but on the downward movement of the squat, I could feel a little bit of pain. Nothing too serious. I mean, nothing at all that's going to stop me. So today I decided, as I warmed up, I thought, let's go ahead and incorporate a new accessory lift. I've mentioned before in one of my videos that during track in college, I pulled a hamstring every single year. My freshman year, I believe it was my right hamstring. Sophomore year, left hamstring. Junior year, left hamstring again, and then my senior year, I broke my ankle. So I guess you could say I have weak ankles and weak hamstrings. So today, after I warmed up, I decided, you know what? Let's give ourselves some bulletproof hamstrings. Kind of counteract this groin pain I'm kind of feeling today. I thought, why don't we do some RDLs? I thought that would be a great way to strengthen my hamstrings. RDLs, for those of you who don't know what they are, you'll see them here in a bit. They are Romania deadlifts. The whole goal is to keep your legs as straight as possible and feel it in your hamstrings. Looking back at the footage, I didn't do an amazing job at keeping my hamstrings straight, but I am not as flexible as I used to be. When I was in college, I ran the 400-meter hurdles, so I was a pretty flexible guy. I could touch my toes with really no effort, and now I can touch my toes. It's a little more difficult, but I'm nowhere near as flexible as I was in college when I was hurdling. So, yes, I did not go down very deep, but I still felt it. I sure did feel it. And the funny thing about Romania deadlifts to me, and I don't know if this is just me or just you guys can let me know if you've done RDLs in the past. I don't really feel the pain while I'm doing them. I mean, when I'm doing them, I'm a little bit shaky towards the end, but it's not like I need to stop, I'm gonna die. It's more of it's a little sore, but not too bad. But the next day, I have a horrible time walking. I mean, RDLs to me are like a second day killer. Second day killer. They sneak up on me like no one's business. No matter, it's like clockwork, even in college doing them. We used to end on them after a running workout and then lifting in the weight room. We would usually end with some Romania deadlifts. I remember they never hurt, even after running, even after doing heavy lifting. Finishing on RDLs never really did anything, but the next day, oh my goodness, just absolute atrocity, really. But hey, I had some weak hamstrings. I guess my left hamstring So this is something I think I'm going to be incorporating. As you can see here, I'm putting the bar on the ground and not having any sort of pad on the ground. I had to be pretty careful with this weight. In college, I would just, when the weights touched the ground, that's how I knew I had gone far enough, and that's where I would feel it. But here, these weights are not as big. So my goal here was to go down where I felt it and kind of spring up, try and be quick. I feel like those fast twitch muscle fibers need to be worked on when you are trying to hone in on your hamstrings, because your hamstrings, at least from a running and a sprinting standpoint, it's fast twitch. It's not slow twitch. Not at all. Well, we're moving into the verse of the day here. 1 John 4:1. Dear friends, do not believe those who claim to speak by the Spirit. You must test them to see if the Spirit they have comes from God, for there are many false prophets in the world. Sorry, I kind of stuttered there. I think, coming from that verse, I think we need to have a heart of discernment. Because if you notice today, especially today, a lot of people will try and combine a little bit of truth from the Bible with a whole lot of falseness from their own beliefs and view systems and viewpoints. And a lot of people try and misconceive the way the Bible is interpreted. And you know, the Bible is the way, the truth, and the life. I mean, the Bible is truth. The Bible is factual. You know, what God and the disciples and the people that God anointed, what they say is what God and Jesus wanted. And I think it's really easy nowadays for people to misinterpret things. So I think being able to sort out false prophets and being able to have a little bit of discernment when people are trying to tell you something, quote, spiritual or biblical, I think it's very, very important that you always fact check them. You always go to the verses they claim are saying what they say. Because the Bible speaks truth and nothing but it. Well, guys, day 13 today. I really appreciate you watching. And tomorrow will be week 2, day 14. All right. God bless you. See ya.